Thanks for taking an interest in Red Circle mentoring and in our mentor program. My name's Ali. I work with Red Circle, and my role is to support mentors, support mentees, and as part of that, I thought I'd put together a quick recording for you today to give you a bit of a picture of what we are here at Red Circle and what it would look like to be a mentor in our mentoring program. I'll start by introducing you to Suze. She's our president here at Red Circle. She's also the founder of the Nature of Real Estate, the Canadian director of the Real Estate Negotiation Institute, and she knows the industry inside out. She herself was licensed as a realtor back in 1985 in Toronto, and 8 years ago she moved to the mountains of Whistler, British Columbia to start the Nature of Real Estate and, more recently, Red Circle. In our time in the industry, we've seen that finding one's path in real estate and finding one's unique path to success is a little trickier than you might think. Over and over again, we see that realtors have trouble completing a transaction in their first 6 months or even longer. And for many agents, this is because there's a steep learning curve. It's because it's hard to know which actions to focus on when you're getting started as an entrepreneur in real estate, and because there's not a huge amount of one-on-one support for realtors. Of course, there is an abundance of training, and there's training in so many valuable things. There's training on the legal side, on the practical skills, on really starting to figure it out. And that's fantastic as a new agent. But there's a couple ingredients that we find are absolutely key to having training that is not only useful, but that actually organically evolves into success. One of these things is learning by doing. Another is getting one-on-one support, and maybe the most important thing for new agents is having learning that's based on your unique strengths, values, and goals. In our experience, training new agents in this way with these 3 key ingredients, there is phenomenal success. And it's inspired by that and seeing the lack of that in the industry that we created the mentor program to try and provide this environment for as many new agents as possible. And so that's where our mentor model comes in. And a good starting point to talk about that is actually asking, what is mentoring? So I'll give you our definition. That's that mentoring is a powerful relationship in which the mentor uses their experience, perspective, and the mentor model to lead a mentee to success through skills development, accountability, and empowerment. The learning is in the hands of the individuals, using their unique strengths and skills and built on a foundation of mutual respect and trust. The outcome is measurable success for both mentor and mentee. In practice, and in fewer words, what this means is that as a mentee working with the Red Circle program, you would be working with an experienced mentor who will guide you on your unique path to success. Now, more than just the structure of this program, what's really important is the philosophy behind it, and I'd be excited to share a little bit of that with you today. One of the big pieces for us is talking about natural strengths. We find that when agents are learning to look inside themselves and find what their unique natural strengths are and build their business plan, and come to understand real estate through that lens, it makes real estate a lot more fun and ultimately makes for much more organic success. Another key piece in that vein is natural conversations. Now, we find more and more in the industry these days, what clients are really seeking from their realtors is authenticity and a really sincere connection and sincere conversations. People just don't feel connected to or supported anymore by scripts or by realtors who try to predict what a conversation is going to look like ahead of time. And so in the mentor program, we believe in training our mentees based on being confident in conversations as dynamic as they are and no matter what they look like, rather than trying to learn scripts ahead of time. Now, the other key piece here is learning while doing, and it's something I've already touched on. We all know that the time in our lives when we learn the most is when we're young children. And at that time, we don't learn by reading books or listening to a lecture from someone else. We learn from trying things out. The mentor program is designed to really facilitate learning while doing. This means that you're meeting with a mentor, building your skills, brainstorming the direction that you want to go in, and then you go and try some things out, and some of those things don't work. And so then you bring them right back to your mentor, and together you pull them apart, figure out what worked and what didn't, and move forward. And we find this is the fastest and most valuable way of learning for new realtors. So let's talk about the logistics, the financial side. When we were building this model, it was really important to us to build it in a way that is accessible to everybody. It can be really inaccessible to have a training program where you pay hundreds of dollars in fixed costs every month. And so, in the Red Circle Mentoring Program, the cost of the program is tied to your success. What that means is that 25% of a mentee's commissions are distributed between their mentor and Red Circle. This means that everyone is supported, and like we said, it's as you start to get successful is as your costs go up. Now, of course, this wouldn't work if we ran it that way forever. There is a time limit on this because once our mentees, and we do get to this point where our mentees are really thriving, they have found their niche in the real estate market, and they're doing deals left, right, and center, at least if that's what they want. And so, when you're 1 year into the mentor program, or when you've reached 100,000 in commissions, that's when you graduate to Mentor 2.0, and we change what that model looks like a bit. At its core, what Red Circle Mentoring is all about is helping agents find mentors who they really connect with, who inspire them, and who can take a strong personal interest in your unique way of building your business exactly the way that you want to see it built. And so, if this sounds like the right route for you, or at least something that you're curious about, definitely go to redcirclementoring.com and look into some of the details of it. We'd love to share more with you about our philosophy, about our success stories, and about the ins and outs of the program. Alternately, feel free to reach out to us personally. You can see our email down here at the bottom of the screen, and we'd love to hear from you. We can answer any questions, talk about the subtleties of this program, and learn a bit about you as well to see if it might be a good fit. Thanks so much for taking the time to learn a little bit about us, and I hope we'll hear from you soon.